3, 2, 1, start. Haryana has a slightly better performance on this indicator. Bracket open 75.55% with male literacy of 84.06% and female literacy of 65.94% in 2011 bracket close. Punjab's literacy rate was 75.84% in 2011 with 80.44% male and 70.73% female literate population, and Uttar Pradesh bracket open 67.68% with 77.28% literate males and 57.18% literate females bracket close. Cultural practices play a part and important in determining the enrollment and retention of girls in education institutions. Boys are seen as having the most potential to provide for the family when the parents are too old. Thus, they are allowed to go to school at much higher rates than girls. Para. Other barriers to education for both boys and girls include a lack of adequate school facilities, unavailability of good schools in close vicinity, untrained or teachers with lesser skills, and sometimes the question of affordability. Studies have argued that the negative attitude of parents towards the girl child and her education is one of the major reasons of low female literacy rate in India. In most of the families, boys at home are given priority in terms of education, but girls are not treated in the same way. Para. Right from the beginning, parents do not consider girls as earning members of their family, as after marriage they have to leave their parents' home. So, their education is just considered as a wastage of money as well as time. Due to this reason, parents prefer to send boys to schools but not to girls. Poverty also is a cause for many problems in India and also of low female literacy rate. More than 1/3 of population in India is living below the poverty line. Though government is putting efforts to make the primary education free, but still parents are not ready to send their girls to school. Parents do not prefer to send their girls to schools if these are located at a far distance from their village or home. Para. As per the Right to Education Act 2009, it is the duty of the appropriate government and local authority to ensure that children belonging to disadvantaged groups and weaker sections are not discriminated against and prevented from pursuing and completing elementary education. The Act defines disadvantaged but provides scope for further additions to the definitions under rules. Para. Our experience and several studies show that children with disabilities, children from internally displaced communities, and migrant families, and children coming under the juvenile justice system need to be specifically included in the process of enactment of the Right to Education Act so as to protect their right to non-discriminatory treatment and their right to receive education in mainstream schools. Para. Practitioners like Shantha Sinha have argued that it is important to bring in the discussions on the rights of children to the public sphere in an atmosphere of complacency is required, and it is a democratic act. There are questions of social power structures as well as social and cultural hierarchies involved in the process of providing education to underprivileged children.